What's up, everyone? Welcome back to How Is This Fake? It's me, TJ, joined by Miggy. Hey, buddy.
Hey, man. I missed you already.
Yep. And,
I am struggling to make it after our WrestleMania extravaganza. But welcome to season 2, everybody.
Season 2. It doesn't take very long for us to get a new season going. Just like Triple H says, as soon as WrestleMania is over, someone hands him a script for the Raw after Mania, and that's the start of the next season. That's basically what happened. So, we went to WrestleMania. We told you we were going to record a vlog, and we did. So go to our
We
YouTube
did
at
it.
HITFPOD, and you will be able to find it. It's about a half hour long, but it covers our 4-day journey into Las Vegas. So check it out. By the way, shout out to my wife. She did most of it. I just did the bells and whistles and all that kind of stuff. But without her, we
Killer,
wouldn't have
dude.
been able to.
It came out so good.
So, anyways, Miggy, I hear you have news for me.
Well, all I was going to say is two things. One, if you're going to watch the vlog, understand, and we're going to talk about the ups and downs of WrestleMania. But talk about the two largest ups of the weekend for me was one, the House is Fake family being together. And two, we went to WrestleMania and Joey Janela's Spring Break 9 was the highlight of the whole weekend. Hell of a show. Check it out on the vlog. And Enter Sandman.
Ugh,
Awesome.
I
TJ's
never
still
thought.
trying to get the taste of Sandman's beer out of his mouth.
I'm not trying.
Just saving it in a
That
Ziploc
was,
bag.
dude. Sabu had no business. It wasn't even like he was selling good. It was just like, no, that's a guy that shouldn't be doing this, doing it. Like,
That's the guy that is gonna die right there.
pretty much. And I mean, he couldn't even. I'm not even going to talk. I'm not going to talk about what it should have
But
been because, like you said, it was great.
it
But
was
yes.
amazing. But releasing this, if we're releasing this on April 23rd, we're talking about WrestleMania. One of the big highs for me of WrestleMania was the fact that we were there for John Cena's 17th championship win, though I will get to the lows of that match at some point in this episode. But anyway, April 23rd was John Cena's birthday. Happy birthday to the man that is ruining wrestling for everyone. But
Fuck that.
yeah.
Fuck
Let's
his birthday.
let's get into it, buddy. What were some of your highs of the WrestleMania event itself?
Wait, was John Cena's birthday your news?
That was my news.
I thought you were gonna like. I thought you saw something on Twitter or something, but
No, I haven't
no,
even been in
it's
social media. My eyes are still blurry from just the day.
the
I don't
sun.
know. I'm surviving. I'm surviving.
All right, alrighty. Highs for me, dude. Good wrestling all around. No crazy mishaps. I think regardless of how a lot of it happened, I think the right people did end up winning. Um, but night two, the ending just that was such a big down for me that it's
Hmm.
hard to even think about what was good, which is sad. And it's not like it was bad in like heat kind of way. They were talking about this on Busted Open afterwards. It wasn't bad like, oh, the heel did something fucked up or whatever. It was, no, this is just not good. It's like
Yeah.
it's like when I complain about AEW. Like it's that kind of thing.
It was bad writing.
Yeah. And I know we're gonna get into Raw a little bit later. I think they were steps in the right directions, but I mean, just enough. You could have given me a lot more on Monday Night Raw in terms of Cody and Cena and all that kind of stuff. But what about you? What were the highs and lows?
Highs. Um, well, not many. Despite just being there, it was exciting to be there. The stage setup was awesome. The amount of celebrities that I saw were awesome. Um, but highs wise between the 2 days, WWE did announce that whole AAA versus or the AAA acquisition. They bought AAA, which is going to do crazy stuff to every wrestling company that uses luchadors because now they're going to be under the WWE banner, which will be interesting. I did like that they included Vikingo,
Mhm.
who made a big name for himself actually just competing in AEW. Came out, helped Ray Phoenix. The low, yes, there was a high that Vikingo was there. They're doing everything with that. Still have no idea how they're gonna make it work. That Matt Riddle and Alberto Del Rio are both champions in AAA. So we'll see what happens there. Um, but who knows? And then Dominic Mysterio winning. I think that is a high, even though I missed it because the ass behind me decided to throw up everywhere. Um, Another high was carrying Cross making his save of AJ Styles, even though AJ Styles lost. Carrying Cross is so over right now. I want to talk a little bit about carrying Cross when we talk about things that people are saying online. And then other highs, we saw Joe Hendry, but Randy Orton doing the Joe Hendry pose after the RKO to Joe Hendry was awesome. And Becky Lynch being back was cool. And being there for John Cena's championship win was cool. Lows, all of the matches kind of had no story to them. Logan Paul won. Travis Scott, I still can't tell you a single Travis Scott song other than Fiend because it's in my head, just installed in there.
I hate it, but I
The
had to
fact that we
use it on
didn't
our
see The Rock,
post.
yeah,
Yeah.
the fact that we didn't see The Rock, which sucked. We got no Stone Cold Stunner thing that we expected. And low also is Joe Hendry because I just wanted it to be somebody else. I don't know who would have been better, but um, who better than Canyon? Maybe Canyon came back from the dead. I don't know. Um, and there was room on the card. Listen, okay, here's something that has been on my mind. The shows ended early. Like on Sunday night when we left, it was the sun was still out. I know on online they were showing the strip all lit up at night. No, the sun was out pretty much the whole time for both shows by the time we were done. Um, the unorganized mess that is Allegiant Stadium. How terrible the service is there, the security there, how terrible it is for the people getting out of there was ridiculous. But what
Which
was
sucks
more,
because in our sorry, buddy, in our vlog, I talked about how great it was because I thought when I first walked up to my seats, I was blown away. Like I thought I was inside of a spaceship. Like it says "Welcome to the Death Star," and that's where I felt
yeah.
like I was because this thing was just like, oh my god.
Oh, it
But yeah,
looks phenomenal, but everything
but
else in there is terrible.
yeah, when you're there 2 days straight and nothing gets better the second day, it just
No.
sucks and it kind of loses its,
Um,
you know.
when you let in people that stumbling around and are clearly drunk, puking on other people and don't kick them out, and then get upset with the people that are upset they got puked on. When your bathroom stalls lock people in them, according to Facebook, things like that. But anyway, big low for me is the fact that how early the shows ended, but yet we couldn't find room on the card for Chelsea Green or the TLC match between the tag teams from SmackDown.
No Nia
Each night could have
Jax,
had
no Sami Zayn.
no. Each match could have had one more night, or each night could have had one more match. And that was a big low for me.
Were there any
Uh,
promos from anybody?
nope,
No backstage promo.
no backstage stuff.
No
No,
entertainment. If it's sports, none of that was sports entertainment. That was just trying to be sport. That's what
yeah,
AEW does, is just match after match. You're the WWE. This is WrestleMania. You're in the entertainment capital of the world, and you had next to no entertainment outside of like the actual bell to bell stuff. And
yeah,
I'm sorry, you're a $9 billion company. I think you could get some A-listers down there instead of like, look, I know I'm not like up to date on like the pop culture, but I just feel like WWE hangs for like B plus celebrities, and it pisses me off because they try to pass this thing off like it's the Super Bowl every year and we buy into it. And as of right now, there is nothing special about WrestleMania.
no, not this one at least.
SummerSlam is 2 nights. The Royal Rumble, that was one night, but they had the Superstore, which is like a WrestleMania only thing for the most part.
You have I mean, they have WWE World for you to pay $200 a day to enter just for people like Kane to not show up late
It's just
or Kane to not show up and or just be like 2 hours late.
there's a fucking fly in my house.
Ooh,
Gonna cut a
ooh, I
promo
saw
on
it.
this damn fly. Do you see this thing?
Yeah, I saw it. It's there. Oh, straight up Mr.
Anyways,
Miyagi, it, dude. Catch it with some toothpicks.
I'm usually really good at it. I'll take like a kitchen towel and and I can do it when I'm standing. Anyways, fly, not a friend of the podcast. But yeah, dude,
Um,
WrestleMania just doesn't feel, especially with how good Raw was, because I fucking got
well,
it.
I love it. Look at you.
Anyways,
Let me talk about two things that I want your opinion on before we jump into Raw because it's more relevant to WrestleMania than it is Monday Night Raw.
yes.
First thing, did you see the promo that Karrion Cross cut after the fact with Sam Roberts and Sarah Schreiber or whatever her name is, Sarah
I I
Schreiber?
kn- I know it happened, but I haven't watched it.
It
I've seen the
was
chatter.
it was the best promo, if that's what he was doing, of the entire year so far. Better than
Okay.
anything that we have seen the entire year, and is the best thing that we have seen from Karrion Cross. And I don't think it was necessarily a full promo because you look at Scarlett and she kind of looks over at him like, dude, like, babe, calm down. It's going to be okay. Because he goes off about how he's not being used right. And then he ends it with, that's not Karrion Cross saying, that's Killer Cross talking. And he throws the mic. Um, I need this man by the end of the year to be the heavyweight champion.
Okay.
I have always been a big Cross fan. But after that promo, if they do not do something with this man, I think that then this man needs to leave and go be the AEW champion.
All right. That's pretty big.
Secondly, dude, The Rock sucks.
Fuck The Rock.
Like seriously, you heard it from Dexter in our vlog. The Rock sucks, dude. He's gonna go on the Pat McAfee show and talk about, well, actually, there was no plan for me to be at WrestleMania whatsoever. The only reason I was at Elimination Chamber is because we weren't selling enough tickets. Um, it shouldn't be about me. It should be about John Cena. Then, dude, why are you involved in any of this? Like,
He could have gone
God,
out and done what Stone Cold did in Australia and announce the attendance. Do you know how
Yeah.
big of a letdown that was to hear the glass break and then hear Steve? I've never been disappointed to hear Steve Austin talk
Yeah.
until he did Sunday night.
And
Because when
to
I knew
see
what he
him,
was doing, I knew that the main event was going to be shit.
yeah.
Ugh.
I don't know, man. Those are my two gripes. Now let's talk about how phenomenal that Raw was last night.
Okay, I got to tell you this. Oh, here's another gripe about John Cena. And this isn't see, this isn't heat. This is this is just not good. The biggest thing when he was just turned heel is he came back and said, "You guys get nothing. You don't get new anything." Oh, well, at the grandest stage of them all, it's John Cena. No
Yeah.
lights.
Something completely new.
Huh.
Idiot.
That's
Him
like
and
Vince
Travis
McMahon
Scott.
telling me the difference between corporate Kane and Demon Kane and Vigilante Sting and
Yeah. Then you have Travis Scott over there with his $10,000 Cactus Jack shirts. You know
they
what,
made.
Travis Scott? They smell like cactus sacks. All right. Terrible clothing line.
How bad is it that Travis Scott has made Cody look worse than any wrestler on the roster?
Yeah.
Popped his eardrum, busted him open, and then Cody's receipt that he told him in the ring, "Oh, I remember," is a crossroads.
Yeah.
You made Cody look weak. John Cena hadn't won a match in 7 years, and Cody lost because of a belt to the face. I'm sorry, but is Cody not the same guy who wrestled Seth Rollins in a cell with a torn
Mm-hmm.
pec?
I just want to see Austin Theory beat John Cena for the championship because we know we could beat him because he beat him at WrestleMania. Um,
That sounded
but
pretty that was mean girly. I liked it. And beat him at
yeah,
WrestleMania.
beat him at WrestleMania. I mean, seriously though, it's stupid. It's
Bring
stupid.
back Durag Vince at this point. Which, by the way,
Dude, I was gonna say I love the shirt.
this is the best thing I bought all weekend.
Um, but anyway, let's break down. We'll talk about John Cena to break down that promo he cut on Raw. You know, what if I'm gonna be the last champion ever? I'm the last real champion. Then he gets RKO'd by Randy Orton, and I am actually really excited for Randy Orton and John Cena.
Me too.
But I'm thinking about all the possibilities now, right? It really made me think about all the possibilities. As I don't want to see John Cena fight anybody new on
No,
this.
and I no, and I haven't wanted him to either. I wanted Triple H to tell the John Cena stories that Vince didn't while he could, which is one reason why one of my WrestleMania predictions was going to be Cody and Randy Orton, or sorry, Cena and Randy Orton. And so that it looks now that it is happening at some point, I'm really excited.
So John Cena said he has 27 dates left, right?
Not matches, dates.
How many
Yeah, we're
weeks
27.
until the end of the let's see, how many weeks until the end of the year? We got to be at like 30, 36. So there'll be 11 episodes of something that we don't get John Cena, give or take pay-per-views. Breaking it down, let's say realistically we get 6 more pay-per-views out of John Cena, 6 more opponents. Randy Orton, The Miz, Rusev. I want those 3. You got to think he's going to run it back with Cody. That leaves us with 2 more. I am thinking we get AJ Styles and then Punk. Though I want it to be Wade Barrett so bad. It won't be Wade Barrett.
Um, I I see where you're going, and I don't dislike it. I just don't know how realistic it is.
I know.
Like I don't know. Miz wasn't even on WrestleMania. Now they're gonna use him to, you know, I don't know.
I know. I feel you.
What I honestly think is going to happen is Randy and Cena are going to meet maybe as soon as Backlash because it's in St. Louis and that's where Randy's from.
Mhm.
Maybe as soon as Backlash. And Cody comes out to save Orton, and that's the first time we see Cody since WrestleMania. But when he saves Orton, he accidentally costs him the match. And maybe you write Orton off TV for a little bit, and now it looks like Cena. You know, when Travis Scott made his entrance at WrestleMania, Cena was just in the ring laughing, like, "You fucked up. I like, what's gonna happen? I told you."
Yeah.
And I think having that same kind of attitude after beating, like, the closer he gets to December, he's just like, "No one's gonna fucking stop me." But who would you want to take the belt off of him?
Off of Zeno, CM Punk. There's
Okay.
nobody else I want to take the belt off of him other than CM Punk, and I want them to do it with John Cena saying he's going to leave with the championship and CM Punk being the savior of WWE, just like CM Punk did and John Cena tried to do.
That would be
Um,
cool.
but I will say this. I don't know how a man the size of Cody Rhodes is supposed to be this scared of Travis Scott. Maybe he's scared of catching something because I know Travis Scott was with the Kardashian for a while. You can quote that tweet.
Oh,
But I don't know how anybody could be scared of Travis Scott. Anyway,
it's all Dwayne's fault, or
yeah,
Ari's fault, or Triple H's fault.
yeah.
But it's
Nick
also
Khan,
it's also their fault that we have Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman.
I love it. That's the
Oh
problem.
fuck.
I love that. I love the idea of I hate the idea of Roman and Punk together, but I love the idea of Ron Breaker being a Heyman guy. It's a good consolation prize for um Brock not being there, and Braun Breaker's the future of the company. So why not?
And you
I
know
think
it'll
that was
lead to
perfect.
Seth and Braun at some point.
Yeah, I think that was perfect. I loved every second of that. I Raw was so good. I've been saying for weeks, or I've been saying for a little while now, that if Becky came back, she had to be a heel. And I was expecting after we found out Bailey was going to be hurt, we knew Becky was going to be coming back. I was expecting Becky to um turn heel on Lyra that night because I still don't think it makes any sense for them to win and then lose. But I am glad that Becky turned heel. I like the idea of Becky versus the Bird Lady.
Yeah.
I loved Lyra's gear, by the way, when she came out at WrestleMania, but I
The
thought that was
golden
awesome.
wings
But
and
anyway,
she was hugging her with all
yeah,
the feathers.
exactly.
One thing I was thinking about in regards to Lyra and Becky, I th- I think the heel turn and losing the titles on the first night, I think that's fine.
Yeah,
But how cool would it have been if Lyra was the one that turned heel?
10 times better. But it doesn't make sense for
Because
Becky to be a face because Seth is a heel. And everybody knows it's like having it's like having John
then
Moxley as the
Becky,
biggest heel in AEW, and everybody's supposed to love when Renee Paquette is interviewing everybody when they always talk about how they're married.
I know people are going to cheer for Becky and then boo Lyra, and they could have just flipped it and there would be no like pushback from anyone.
You're not
Be,
wrong.
it, I mean, but I think you're right. Which if which sucks because I doubt that they're gonna put Becky with this new group. Which, by the way, haven't thought about any names for this group, but I'm excited for whatever stupid name they're gonna come up with.
Yeah. The Visionary Collective. The Visionary Dogs.
The New Alliance.
The Architects of the Doghouse. Um,
Visions of the Kennel.
yeah. Um, whoa, bark, bark, something like that. Um, but I don't know, man. I did. Rusev coming back was awesome. It didn't make any sense for him to attack the Alpha Academy, but I did love Rusev coming back. And the only other thing I have to say about Raw is that pull the trigger already on the Judgment Day breaking up. Just pull the trigger.
Pull the trigger on them beginning to not. Dude, I can't remember last time we gave a shit about the New Day except for that one time a couple months ago where they turned heel. And then the
Yeah, I don't care
follow
about
up,
what you do.
it was just like the Wyatt Six. The follow up was so awful that it's just like, a fart in the wind.
Yeah.
Ladies and
And if
gentlemen,
we
I don't think that our negativity is driven by our tiredness.
no, it's driven by the amount of money we spent to go watch that show. And though we could say we were at WrestleMania, it was not a good show.
Man. And it's such a bummer because it could
But
have
it
been.
was a phenomenal weekend. And I will say that I did have a good, obviously, I still had a good time. I loved it. It was bucket list trip. I love the fact that I was at WrestleMania. I got teared up when I saw the stage, just thinking purely of how the show was as a fan, taking all of the experience out of it. It just was not a good wrestling show. I really had to take a look back and think of it from the perspective of somebody watching it at home versus somebody that was there. Because who knows when I'm gonna get to another WrestleMania. And I loved every second of it. Even the fact that I got puked on, I still stayed to the end because I needed to be there. And so I mean, being there was phenomenal. The whole weekend itself was phenomenal. The amount of wrestlers that we met at WrestleCon was
Oh
insane.
yeah.
The Joey Janela WWE World was cool. Sorry, Bailey, we wished you luck, and maybe we're the reason you got beat up. We jinxed you. We got to hit things with chairs,
Yeah.
which was a phenomenal experience in itself. We got WWE WrestleMania Prime for sale. Hit me up if you want some of that because I'm trying to release that for $400. Um,
Yeah, this is not me telling you what to do with ever money you get, but maybe it'll fund us a booth or something. I
yeah,
don't know.
next WrestleCon that we can make it
Just
to, we
kidding.
will have a booth for sure, dude. You know,
Yeah,
I was
that's
thinking about that. Maybe we just don't go to WrestleMania next year and just go to WrestleCon and have a booth there. Um, and hit up a watch party at like I don't know the Voodoo House or whatever they got at whatever they got in New Orleans.
yeah.
Um, the hot and juicy crawfish. I'm sure they got one of those over there. And then
That's a strip club, right?
yeah, since that's the hot and juicy crab fish is what.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Fishing for crabs.
Um, just like Travis Scott when he dated the Kardashians. Anyway,
This is better writing than WrestleMania, and
then
we didn't even
WrestleMania
write
was.
this.
But overall, phenomenal weekend. But for those of you that went to Monday Night Raw, you got the best show of the entire weekend.
Yep.
And you didn't have to run up a down escalator to try to get out of there, I'm sure.
Fun was had. We met a lot of good people. Friend of the podcast, Austin Ferris. Met a Scoop Slam Radio and talked to their champion. Met some
Yep.
friends of the podcast from Costa Rica. Met Dexter. Dude, Dexter's a fucking man, dude. I'm afraid of
Yeah.
Dexter, if I'm being honest. Um, Dude, I met Sting. I fucking met Sting twice. You can find it all in the vlog that we mentioned earlier on YouTube.
And we made a lot of good connections. So if we met you out there, if you're coming to listen to us now, thank you for coming to listen to us. And be on the
For
lookout
real.
because we got a lot of things that we're coming. We got with season 2. We're gonna have more interviews with wrestlers. We're gonna have me taking the championship from Trivia Titans back from Tiger Bomb Wrestling's Adam Pastor whenever he
I gotta
decides
schedule
that
that.
that needs to happen. Because right
There it
now
is, right there. It's right
he's
there for
defending
you,
that
buddy.
championship as he's defending that championship less than John Cena's defended the championship, which is 0 times. We got we got more wrestlers coming on the podcast. Hopefully we get the Scoop Slam Radios their guy hopefully comes on. Met a bunch of wrestlers out there that we want to have on. Would love if we ever get the possibility to have the Boogeyman on. We'll see what
I might,
happens there.
I might make a call.
Um, but it was a good time, buddy, and I'm glad that we did it. And I'm excited for season 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will catch you on the next episode. We honestly haven't talked about when that's going to be, but you got this and you got the vlog to hold you over. Okay?
Yep.
So hit the link in our bio at HITFPOD, and we will see you when we see you. Take it easy.
Boom, boom. Later, guys.